Tonight, it'll be the Washington Wizards going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. Kevin Harlan here alongside Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And here we can check out the story for Toumani Camara.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The wings for him, Sharp and Avdia. On the block, you'll see Camara and Clingan. And it's Holiday in at the one. And for Washington, Coulibaly is out there with Johnson. Then it's Sarr. Then it's George. And it's Champagnie in at the 4-man position. Pass to Sarr. Greg, both these teams have been dealing lately with some adversity.
Yeah, injuries have hit them hard. We're seeing some makeshift starting lineups. This is when a reserve has a chance to make an impression. How about Sarr? Just ridiculous athleticism for a 7-footer.
Here's Clingan, and stolen by Sarr. The finish, and Sarr throws it down.
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Here's Sharp. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Here's Johnson, and Clingan pulls it down.
Listen, that's a quality mid-range shot. He just couldn't capitalize.
Camara finds Clingan. To the inside, here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Doris, it's been fun watching Keyshawn George start his career. And he had quite the journey to get here.
He certainly did. Consider, he was born in Switzerland. His dad is from Canada, but his dad played pro in Europe. George plays for a club team in France and then goes to the U.S. for college. It's sort of been a meandering and diverse hoops education.
Now here is Holiday, coming off 31 points last game. Outside, Avdia. There's a screen by Camara. Avdia gets the bucket.
Let's remember, Avdia is 6'9", which means he is quite capable of being effective in the painted area.
Holiday against Johnson. Coulibaly with a screen on Holiday. Pass to Coulibaly. Just 4 to shoot. For 3. Johnson can't get it to go. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Holiday looking for an opening. Johnson over to help, and Portland turns it over again. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Portland. Winding things down this season, they're in that all-important 9th position within striking distance of a playoff spot.
And seeing where Portland is, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Now here is Holiday. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. And here we go. Washington fast break.
Boy, Coulibaly gets a step on the defense, and good night, folks. Out in transition.
Trailblazers trail by 3. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, the Wizards stacking talented young players and draft assets. Not only that, they'll have a ton of cap space next season, which they will likely not use to sign a star free agent, but rather to absorb contracts in exchange for, you guessed it, more draft picks. This front office is continuing to think long-term, guys.
Priorities straight. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report.
Well, just one more example of his offensive arsenal. So tough to stop.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout, looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Washington. Carlton Carrington comes in for Koulibaly. And Love has it in the corner. Portland no good that time either.
Boy, not much defensive pressure on that three, but he still couldn't make it.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, Kevin. The Wizards are letting their young guys learn on the fly. Guard Bob Carrington said the whole organization communicates to us often. We drafted you guys for a reason, they say. Don't be scared to make a mistake. Play your game, use the things that got you here, and see if it sticks. Guys, back to you.
Learning on the job. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Kicks it out to Johnson. There's the triple, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And Love's got the ball here for Portland. They trail by 11. Drives to the hoop. Up and in on the layup. Here's Washington now. They're on a 15-6 run. And Sarr throws it down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Here's Sissoko. Riley grabs the miss.
Nothing more important than contesting layups and dunks. A great job defensively.
And Sarr throws it down.
It's almost too easy for the rookie. Sarr, he just pops up and finishes off that lob.
Grant dishes to Love. Back to Grant. Over George. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Washington looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Henderson and Sharp are the guards. Then there's Jeremy Grant. And it's Sissoko in at the three. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And how about that move by Sharp against the defense, getting them to put contact on him so he can draw the foul.
And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top floor generals of all time. The guys that could direct the floor and can control a game.
Wow, if we're talking traditional point guards, I gotta go Magic, Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Washington making some changes. Champagne's checked in, and Georgia subbed in for Riley. Pass to Champagne. Now Koulibaly. Here's Champagne. The shot by George, wide open. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Hey, Greg, after 2 seasons in Milwaukee, how about Damian Lillard going back to the Blazers roster even as he works his way back from the Achilles?
And in the meantime, he gets to watch this relatively young group compete. Their activity and defensive edge should pair nicely with his offensive brilliance next season.
Holiday with it. George picks him up. Koulibaly against Sharp. Here's Vucevic. And it's Portland with the rebound. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Carrington. The shot missing. Avdia with the defensive effort. And he drives in, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
And Brian Keith runs a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Sarr's checked in for the Wizards. Johnson comes in for Carlton Carrington. Back to Johnson to stop the drought. Pass to Sarr. Another shot. He squares up and sinks it. And that's 10 points for Alex Sarr.
Already expanding his game. Sarr trying to get better at attacking quickly off the pass.
Now Kamara. 14 points from him the last game against Utah. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Portland, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. PDB over the last several years, wins have been hard to come by for the Washington Wizards.
Kevin, it blows me away that this organization has not had a winning season since 2018, and they haven't won 50 games since 1979. Let's hope their young, inspiring draft picks are building into a good young core.
Here's Sarr, Clingan covering. Here's Champagnie. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
To the middle. Here's Clingan. Misses the layup. Wizards leading by 13. Here's George. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to Sarr. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Sarr's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And would you say the offense is coming around for Sarr? He is doing it all tonight.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Clingan. Covered by Sarr, and it's blocked. Here's Avdia. Hits it from 3-point range. Avdia's got 5 points so far. From deep 3-point territory. And so it's the Washington Wizards. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Right back after this break.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a long road back for the Portland Trail Blazers.
The ball security has been terrible. Time to cool down, slow down, and regain control.
Yeah, look at the turnover numbers. It's changing things up just a bit. Let's catch a glimpse of the Western Conference standings at the moment.
You take a look.
And that is
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Alex Sarr in this game, he's been everywhere.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
We've got Johnson. He's out there with Coulibaly. Sarr out there with Keyshawn George. And it's Champagnie in at the 4. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Denny Avdia, the son of a 6'8 Serbian sharpshooter who played for the Yugoslavian national team, then moved to Israel and met Denny's mom. Denny said he had the same mentality, fire in the eyes. Every night, playing to win. That's how I've always been. That passion is a part of my culture. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. Now, Dorsey's not always the most efficient player, but Coulibaly is electric.
Oh, my goodness, Kevin. One of the most explosive leapers in the league right now. He can rise and finish with the best of them. Listen, we'll give the efficiency some time because he's got skill.
And Sarr throws it down.
Again, it's the rookie, Alex Sarr, having a monster night, giving us a preview of things to come.
Here's Sharp driving to the basket. Oh, and the jam by Sharp.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever, able to do things most others can't.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T Connected Cam. And let's go to our leaderboard. Instant offense is the specialty of these guys. The highest scoring shooting guards of the past month. 5th, Shaedon Sharpe.
And this is the cream of the crop at the two-guard spot. I mean, strictly in terms of their scoring ability and the ease with which they can overwhelm would-be defenders.
You know, and that's why it often requires more than one man to defend against any of them. These players draw more double teams than any group in the league, and they still are able to put up points at a devastating rate.
Out to the right wing. Here's Sarr. Pass to Champagnie. Good on the three-point shot. Champagnie's got 5 points so far.
Not a standout part of Sarr's game, but good work recognizing that opening in the defense and making the right read.
Inside, George with the steal. Here's Johnson. Pass to Coulibaly. Here's Champagnie. Here's Sarr. Rebounded by Camare. Camare's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Clingan finds Sharp. Outside Holiday. Here's Camare. Off target with his 3. Wizards leading by 14. Johnson outside from past the arc, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Carlton Carrington's checked in for Washington, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Henderson's checked in for Drew Holiday. Sharp, the pass to Avdia. Back to Sharp. Rebound, Washington. Champagnie's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Sarr. Takes the 3, and the 3 ball is good. Champagnie's got 8.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And here are the Wizards now. They're on a 14-6 run. Carrington, that's good.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Sarr finds Carrington. And again, Washington with the triple.
How many times have we seen a possession